Hello. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Facebook Live Phantom Pregnancy Awareness, Education, and Support. And if you are tuning in, thank you so much for watching this video. I am getting my son some lunch here. I did not even realize it was after 1. The day is kind of flying by. My husband had some phone trouble this morning, so we've been trying to troubleshoot his phone as well as find him a replacement phone for the time being while his phone gets repaired through the manufacturer. So yay for phone repairs. So I kind of didn't, like I said, I did not even realize it was 1 o'clock. So I don't really feel prepared right now for this video, but that's okay. I will figure it out, and we will still have fun. So, I wanted to note, excuse me, I wanted to note, make it known, I wanted to inform, I should say, I wanted to inform members of this group, members of any group, I guess, just people in general, that there is no right or wrong way to experience a phantom pregnancy. There is no, like, this is how you should experience it, or this is how it shouldn't be experienced, or basically there is no right or wrong way to experience a false pregnancy. Every person is going to experience it differently. They will experience different symptoms, different signs. There's going to be different things that make them think, believe, or know they are pregnant. It varies between person to person. So there is no set way to experience this. It's kind of all over the place. And that's where I'm finding the most difficulty, because I have gone to professionals myself and have asked them for advice on how to better understand and how to better cope with a phantom pregnancy. And the responses I've gotten from these professionals are, let's just say, unprofessional and quite, how do I say it, quite discouraging, really, because I am actively involved in researching phantom pregnancy, false pregnancy, pseudocyesis, and to have such little information available to me to begin with, and then to actually reach out to individuals who are supposed to be the professionals in this category, and that's in the subject of false pregnancy, they actually push me away, don't give me answers, purposely not answer my questions, and generally just kind of shush me and push me under the rug, like I'm not asking them these questions, like I'm not actively researching this and trying to expose how little bit of information is available to women about false pregnancy, about phantom pregnancy, and how truly common it is. It's very common. It's super, super common. It's just women don't talk about it because they're embarrassed or ashamed or feel like less of a woman because they mistakenly thought they were pregnant for a period of time. Now it gets even more complicated when you are discussing phantom pregnancy in, here you go. You're welcome. When you're when you're discussing phantom pregnancy and somebody who is not, let's say, is not like their anatomy isn't set up for it. So the discussion of phantom pregnancy and what is a real phantom pregnancy and what isn't, it gets much more complicated when you're dealing with individuals whose anatomy might not be set up for pregnancy in general. This isn't to say that a phantom pregnancy is not going to happen in a male individual. I've read in this group and on several websites and several articles that Couveid syndrome, which is when the male mistakenly believes that they are pregnant, that it's extremely, extremely, extremely rare, which to me is not the case. I have heard, I have known, many people have expressed to me their husbands experiencing this, not only when they are actually pregnant, but just in general, feeling pregnant, having pregnancy feelings. However, a lot of these men keep this to themselves because, again, like when women don't want to talk about how they mistakenly thought they were pregnant, men don't want to talk about how they are having pregnancy symptoms. It is embarrassing to them. They feel shameful, confused by it. They don't understand why they're experiencing real, true pregnancy symptoms when they themselves are male, don't have a uterus, don't have fallopian tubes. Most of them aren't even supposed to be having those kinds of hormones. However, what they experience is pretty close, if not exactly, what women experience when they're pregnant. So I just wanted to make it known that there is no right or wrong way to experience a phantom pregnancy, because each phantom pregnancy is individual to each person. The reason why that person is experiencing the phantom pregnancy can vary differently from each individual. When those pregnancy symptoms started can vary differently. When the person actually thought, oh, maybe this could be pregnancy, and stopped thinking that it could be caused by a whole bunch of other things, when they actually think, maybe this is pregnancy. That happens differently for each person experiencing a phantom pregnancy or a false pregnancy. There is no right or wrong way to experience it. Now, the discussion of healthy. Is it healthy to experience a phantom pregnancy? That's a very heavy question. Is it healthy to experience one? Now, it depends. It depends on if that person realizes that they are in fact experiencing a phantom pregnancy, or if they are convinced that it's a real pregnancy under special circumstances, such as a cryptic pregnancy. So, it depends on whether or not the individual person is aware that they do or don't have a baby in their belly, or it depends on whether or not the person is aware that they have or have not been confirmed medically to be pregnant by their doctor. Now, there have been women who have come to me and they have said, I know that I'm experiencing a phantom pregnancy. How do I get rid of the symptoms? What do I do? And my first response always is, the first thing is you want to get rid of the symptoms, because you want to stop feeling like you're pregnant when you're not pregnant. That it makes sense. So my first thing is to concentrate on what you're eating, what you're drinking, and what you're thinking. When you have come to the conclusion that you are in fact experiencing a phantom pregnancy and that there is no fetus in your abdomen or in your uterus, then when women come to me and ask, well, what do I do now? My first response is to concentrate. You ate all your papa? Good job. Is to concentrate on what you eat, what you drink, and what you think, because those things are very, very important. Now, there's some women who come to me that say I think I might be pregnant, but I am open to the possibility that this could be a phantom pregnancy. What do I do? And my response to that is to continue to rule out the possibility of pregnancy. That's all you can do, is to continue to rule it out or to confirm it. If it's not able to be confirmed by a doctor, a midwife, then you need to take the steps of either accepting what the doctor is telling you, what the midwife is telling you, or you reject it and continue living life the way you are. So you have two choices. You can either decide to believe the doctors, believe the midwives, and understand that they do have your best interest at heart, or you can decide to reject what the doctors are telling you, that what they are wrong. They're telling you that you're not pregnant, but they are wrong, and you are going to continue to live your life thinking you're pregnant. Those are your only two options. And I can't tell you which one to believe and which one not to believe. I can't make those decisions for you. If you think that you could be pregnant, but you're open to the idea or the possibility that it could be a phantom pregnancy, I highly suggest that you continue to either rule out the possibility of pregnancy or confirm the possibility of pregnancy. Because if you are in fact pregnant, I would not want for anything bad or negative to happen to you or your baby. So you have to make sure that the possibility of pregnancy is ruled out professionally. Now, I have had women come to me saying, I think I am pregnant, I know that I am pregnant, and I am pretty sure it's a cryptic pregnancy, and it just cannot be a phantom pregnancy. My response to that is, great. If you feel that you are confident in knowing that you're pregnant and you've had everything ruled out by the doctors and they don't have any more options for you, of course, I would continue to take care of yourself, eat healthy, try to make wise decisions with what you eat, drink, and think. But if you are convinced that you are cryptically pregnant and that your doctors are refusing to confirm you, my suggestion is meeting with an attorney. Get with an attorney. Meet with a lawyer. You are going to want to protect your rights, and if you are in fact pregnant, you are going to want to protect the rights of your baby. So, if you truly, with everything in your soul, believe that you are cryptically pregnant and that your doctors are refusing to confirm you, I suggest, and this is what I'm going to tell everybody, I suggest that you meet with an attorney or a lawyer to further discuss the next actions, to discuss treatment and diagnosis and treatment of you. You need to meet with your lawyers in order to get that figured out, so that hopefully they can take the next steps in order to get you the diagnosis and treatment you deserve. If you really truly feel that you are pregnant and your doctors are refusing to confirm it, it is your right as a citizen to meet with a lawyer, to possibly take legal action in order to make sure that you are getting the diagnosis and treatment that you deserve. So, now that we've covered those three scenarios that I get pretty often, and what my suggestions for those briefly are. You want more? Okay. What was my next? I wanted to make sure you understood that there is no right or wrong way to experience a phantom pregnancy, because that is one of the more important subjects I wanted to cover in this video. Each phantom pregnancy for each woman is going to be completely unique and individual to her situation. because the whole reason why she's experiencing a phantom pregnancy is unique and individual to her situation. Just like there's no, there have been cases in history where the same woman has experienced more than one phantom pregnancy, and they are not the same. Just like every pregnancy is not the same. Every individual pregnancy is different for both the mother and the baby, because the baby's different and the mother is older. It is the same for a phantom pregnancy. The mother is older. She may be experiencing a phantom pregnancy for very different reasons than she was the first time she experienced a phantom pregnancy, or the first 2 times, or however many times she's experienced them. Now, I want to make it clear too that it is neither healthy nor unhealthy to experience more than one phantom pregnancy. To claim that it is unhealthy to experience any phantom pregnancy, or to claim that it's unhealthy to experience more than one phantom pregnancy, is completely ludicrous. And if you are claiming that, you do not understand what phantom pregnancy is. If you are saying, or you are claiming to me, that it is unhealthy to experience more than one phantom pregnancy, then you yourself do not understand what a phantom pregnancy really is. It is not unhealthy to experience more than one phantom pregnancy. In fact, it is healthy to experience phantom pregnancies. There is nothing wrong with your brain or your mind to have experienced a phantom pregnancy. The stigma of only crazy women experience phantom pregnancies needs to go out the window. That is no longer valid. So many women experience phantom pregnancies. They just never ever report it. They never admit to it. They never tell anybody about it. So how are we supposed to know the correct statistics for phantom pregnancy? We don't. We don't have any of that information because women don't talk about it. They don't share it. They're not making Facebook statuses about, hey, guess what? I experienced a phantom pregnancy 2 years ago, or I just got over my phantom pregnancy, or I falsely believed that I was pregnant for however many weeks, months, years, whatever. Women aren't announcing these things, so we don't have any real statistics on phantom pregnancy, pseudocyesis, false pregnancy. We definitely don't have any real statistics on how often this stuff really happens, because I didn't realize it happened until it happened to me. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this isn't my first believing that I was falsely pregnant experience. When I was a teenager, I was scared. I was scared I could be pregnant, so I convinced myself I could be, and I freaked out. Of course, it didn't last that long because I got a pregnancy test, tested negative, and realized, oh crap. But every woman experiences some kind of, oh no, I think I'm pregnant, when she's not. Teenagers, young women, young adults, even men are like, oh no, what if my girlfriend, what if my friend, what if my whatever, what if they're pregnant? Oh God, even men have gotten scared or worried that their girlfriend or their wife could be pregnant when they weren't actually pregnant. So, what was I talking? My original point was that there is no right or wrong way, and there is nothing unhealthy. Let me repeat. There is nothing unhealthy about experiencing more than one phantom pregnancy if you are in fact aware that it is a phantom pregnancy. There is so many levels of what a phantom pregnancy is. I've found through my research that it can go as far as, complete denial that you are not pregnant, all the way to you realize that you're not actually pregnant. You realize that there is no real fetus in your belly. but you're still going to embrace and welcome the signs and symptoms of it, and you're still going to enjoy it like it is a pregnancy. You just know and are aware that there is no actual fetus in your uterus or in your abdomen, and you are aware and know that at the end of this so-called pregnancy, that no fetus or baby will be delivered. And there are healthy ways to experience assimilated pregnancy. I'm still doing more research about how assimilated pregnancy works and the details of it. We'll finish your noodles. Well, go eat them. Okay, well, I'm making a video, so go eat your noodles. So, here. For now I don't even remember what I was saying. Of course, right? There's no right or wrong way to experience a phantom pregnancy. Oh, if the woman is aware, or if the individual is aware that they are not actually pregnant, but they are going through the assimilated experience, then it is completely healthy. There is nothing wrong with knowing and being aware that you are going to go through a assimilated experience, that you're going to be able to experience a healthy pregnancy. You can experience the signs, the symptoms, the growing belly, even possibly be able to experience simulated fetal movement, just the general aches and pains of pregnancy. The entire time you are going through this simulated experience, you are aware that there is no actual baby in your abdomen or in your uterus, and that there will be no delivery of a fetus or a baby. But it doesn't make the simulated pregnancy experience any less special or any less important, because it is important. If you are wanting that experience to be a mother and what it's like to be a mother, it's extremely important for you to have a real experience, whether it be simulated or, you know, experiencing it through, you know, your friends, watching your friends become mothers and parents and things like that. But there are options for individuals who want a simulated pregnancy experience. And I do plan on making a video about it. I am still researching it actively, trying to make sure that I cover all the points, because I want the video to be fully in depth and I don't want to break it up into pieces. I want it to be like one shebang, all about simulated pregnancy and how individuals can go about making sure that they have this experience. Again, I want to reiterate that there is no right or wrong way to experience a phantom pregnancy. Each phantom pregnancy's experience is individual and unique to that person. And a real baby, or a pregnancy with a real baby or a real fetus, is not the only kind of pregnancy there is out there. Like I said, there are simulated experiences. So I will continue to research that further so that I can make a video here soon, hopefully, and get that information out there in one chunk, because it is quite a bit. And you do have to research it specifically in order to get correct information. Like, you can't research it like just vaguely. It has to be like specific. So I am still in the middle of researching that, but I'm getting closer. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? We talked about the importance of phantom pregnancy. We talked about how there are no two pregnancies that are, or two phantom pregnancies that are alike, just like a regular pregnancy. We talked about how there is no that experiencing a phantom pregnancy is not healthy, nor is it healthy. There is no way to define whether a phantom pregnancy is healthy or not. I myself don't think that there's anything wrong with it, as long as you are willing and open to searching for answers on what is happening to yourself and your body. I do not believe that experiencing more than one phantom pregnancy is unhealthy. If you are aware that there is no actual fetus and you still experience the signs and symptoms of pregnancy, you can still embrace that without being labeled crazy or unstable or without being called a name. Now, for me, in my perspective, because me, myself, having experienced a phantom pregnancy, I know from personal experience how unique it was, how tailored it was to who I am, and basically just how my brain and mind was coping and dealing with what I was going through and how I was feeling at the time. And I'm still working through aspects of my phantom pregnancy experience and healing and things like that. As I suggest every woman who has ever falsely believed that she was pregnant, I suggest that every woman do that. Yeah. So it's such a unique experience, and it's so easy for people to judge and make their own opinion about your health or your mental wellness or your stability as a person. And well, I mean, it's like that for every single thing, but with something like this, oh, you falsely believed you were pregnant, you're so stupid. It's getting over that feeling, and I am slowly getting over it. It's not like it doesn't pop up every now and then that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually went through that. But it was such a humbling experience. It basically saved my life, and I do have a video planned about how my phantom pregnancy saved my life, because it did. It opened my mind up to so many things that I thought were dumb or a waste of time or just plain stupid. And I'm a totally different person than I was before my phantom pregnancy, like a 360. Like, you can ask family members, friends, random people in my town. I am not the same person that I was, and I am so glad that I went through that experience, because as much heartbreak and hurt and confusion it brought so much more clarity and confidence and courage for me to get past it. And I do plan on making a video too about how I'm still recovering from physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually connecting to a baby that never existed. I am still trying to get past that experience and make peace with that experience, make peace with the fact that there was no baby to connect with, but I felt like I did connect to that baby. So it almost feels like a loss when it never actually existed. So it's very confusing. I almost feel like I have 2 boys and like I lost a 3rd child, but that 3rd child never really fully existed. I was only connecting mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. I was only connecting to what I thought was a baby. if that makes any sense. So it's a very confusing and emotional place to be, because I don't want to feel like I lost a baby, because I didn't, but I do. So it's so different. It's not like anything I've ever experienced in my life. My sons are my only pregnancies. I've never even had a miscarriage. I've never had any kind of loss when it comes to babies, except for feeling like I lost a baby after my phantom pregnancy, even though there was never actually a baby in there. So like I said, I do plan on making a video going more in depth about how I'm coping with those feelings of loss, even though, well, I mean, I guess it kind of was a loss. It just wasn't a physical loss. It was emotional. It was an emotional loss. It was a spiritual loss. It was a mental loss. Just wasn't a physical loss. So yeah, I did push those feelings back quite a bit, because I got so focused on getting rid of the physical symptoms of my phantom pregnancy that I pretty much was like pushed aside the emotional part that I had attached to this baby that never existed. And only within like the last month or two have those emotions come back to me, and I've realized, oh man, I never dealt with the emotions, the very natural, and I should have, all of those things, all of the things that come with planning that my uterus was in fact empty, continue going and to keep saying for my husband, away the feelings of feeling